Scott Lynch.
My name is Scott Lynch. I'm at 12 North Henry Avenue here in Fort Meade. As you know, I've spoken many times about this data center. I'm concerned about water. I'm concerned about the conditions that we're in, the drought conditions that we're in. I'm concerned about a lot of things, and I really feel that when Stonebridge came to talk to us, I feel that they're just not giving us all the information, even though they're providing us information. But I just don't feel like they're being 100% accurate. The water usage has changed several times. I know they want to use a closed loop system. First we're at this number, we're at that number, we're at this number. History dictates all these other towns that have these different data centers. None of them like them. And I urge the commissioners, and I really appreciate your time and some of the extra effort that the commissioners have made in the past about some of the issues. Please remember that, the citizens of Fort Meade, we're here. We don't want this. We don't want the data center. We feel there's a lot of things. Now, I know the city probably needs the money, and there's a lot of in the money. And his comment over here about what we need to do and how your decision is going to be based upon what the city needs are, and maybe not necessarily the citizens. But just remember that we feel that you should at least honor us and consider this data center. And as you can see, we got a packed house, and I really feel that the water consumption is going to bite us in the butt later on down the line. And please make a rational decision. That's all I really want to say. Thank you.
My name is Raul Alfonso, 313 South Orange Avenue. Thanks for allowing me to speak. It may surprise you, but I'm concerned about the proposed hyperscale data center that you guys are going to be voting on eventually. I acknowledge that you've been researching the data centers and having regular discussions with the developer. However, I understand that most of you haven't physically visited one, especially at the massive scale that this one is. The developer Stonebridge has no prior experience building these hyperscale facilities. They assure you that all common issues like excessive water use, the energy strain, noise pollution, and environmental harm have been addressed in their designs. But every data center developer claims to use the best equipment and the safest setups every time they build one, whether it was last year, the year before that, 5 years ago. They all claim that they're using the newest stuff that's the best. The problems that are going on, though, are worldwide with aquifer depletion, grid blackouts, and community disruptions, as well as health and well-being of the communities. Before finalizing on any votes or authorizing this within our city limits, I urge you to pause or impose a moratorium and use this time to visit an operational hyperscale data center with a power plant, because that's what they're talking about putting in with this thing. If it's not what they have already proposed to put in, it's what the state and the feds want to put in so that they believe it won't affect our electrical prices. Bonus points for recording your visit to share it with the residents that you represent. Speak organically to the nearby residents of that hyperscale data center about their impacts. Maybe speak with their Chamber of Commerce or their local realtors to ask about the impact that development has had on the community's families. Commission an independent third-party environmental study, including specialists in protected species like the gopher tortoise, sand skink, to assess the risks of our local ecosystem, because it's right in the middle of that green zone, protected green zone. And finally, check with the other places around the country that are putting in pauses and moratoriums on data centers that have already had built some of them in their areas. To fully understand why they're putting their pauses and moratoriums on these in place, it's just a prudent step to ensure informed decisions and protect our waters and community. Thank you for your consideration.